Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all your love and support to Roadies Realtors throughout our journey in YouTube. Today we are in Aldar's Experience Center to unveil yet another opportunity for you as Dubai real estate investors. If you wanted a good Airbnb rental, if you wanted to invest in something exclusive, something really mind-blowing, something superb on the beachfront, not on the mainland, then Aldar has so much to offer you. What if I told you that Abu Dhabi is built on land that is owned by just one single developer? A developer so powerful that other builders are buying land directly from them. Government-backed, legacy-driven and trusted by global investors. This is Aldar. In real estate, biggest fear is risk, delays, poor quality and loss of value. What if we present you a developer that eliminates all of these risks? And that is the reason why investors are choosing Aldar more than any other master developers. They own the largest share of land bank, they are reliable, credible, and in today's episode of Roadies Realtors, we will show you why investments in Aldar can never go wrong. Hi guys, I'm Disha Jain from Roadies Realtors, your favorite realtors from UAE. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for showing so much support, love, watching all of our videos, for all of your comments. Thanks a lot to people who reached out to us, who connected with us further for their property purchases, people who invested from Singapore, UK, India, and so many other countries. So thank you so much, and we truly appreciate your support since you are a core part of our YouTube journey. If you have any queries regarding real estate, about Dubai properties, about properties that you have already bought, and if you are willing to resell them, you need any assistance in renting, in property management, we can be your go-to people. We as realtors feel very inspired, very happy when people like you appreciate our hard work, our journey and our knowledge. Working in real estate is more of a passion for us than our profession. So we as Roadies Realtors are always here to support you, guide you and help you make investment moves that could build generational wealth for you.
Today's video is for all those investors who are seeking to buy a very unique piece of land outside Dubai. Today we are here in Aldar Sales Center, and when we speak about Aldar, as my colleague has already mentioned, Aldar is one of the biggest real estate developers in UAE. Almost 87% land parcel of the entire UAE is held by Aldar Holdings only. Aldar Holding is one of the biggest giants of real estate developments in UAE, and why they are special? Because of the kind of development they have done across the Emirates. Be it Marjan Island, where the first island called as the Breeze Island, they have all their projects starting from Rixos Bubble Bahar, Doubletree. You also have Move and Peak. You have the upcoming Rosobe Residences and Nikki Beach Residences. The first island of the Marjan Island is owned by Aldar itself. And when we speak about Abu Dhabi, where they come from, they have delivered many islands in the past, starting from Yas Island, where we have the Ferrari World, we have the Warner Bros, Sea World and the upcoming Disneyland on the same island. Next to that, they have also delivered the Saadiyat Island, one of the most fascinating and highest capital growth island in the history of entire United Arab Emirates. That one bedroom which was sold for 2 million dirhams in the past is today trading at 8 to 9 million dirhams on the same island. So imagine the kind of capital appreciation people have gotten on Saadiyat Island, and that is called as the culture hub, which will go after this. Also the upcoming Fahid Island, which they have recently launched after the announcement of Disneyland coming up in UAE for the first first time. So this is why this islands and especially going something especially with Aldar is very important today. And today we're gonna take a stroll in between what sort of developments Aldar has on all these islands, where a person can invest and on what parameters their growth will be justified in the future if you're considering something here in Abu Dhabi. Because when we speak about Abu Dhabi, unlike Dubai market, Abu Dhabi market is very stable. It has steady growth momentum. There are not many developers who are launching numerous things on Abu Dhabi. There are very few developers who are launching projects, and that is why the supply and demand is controlled, and it has the highest control, especially with Aldar. When we speak about the numbers, this year itself, Abu Dhabi has done a revenue of 94 billion dirhams, which is an increase of 38% since 2024. Also, when we speak about the footfall on the Yas Island itself, especially because of the Ferrari World, especially because of the Sea World, Warner Bros. In 2024, we have seen 38 million people visiting Yas Island itself. And in this year, even during the summer seasons when most of the people don't tend to come to Abu Dhabi, we have seen the huge rise of 9% in the footfall, and in the winter seasons that footfall has increased to 16% as compared to the last year. So that's how stronger rental demand also for the occupancy demand is here. Also, Yas Island, Abu Dhabi's Fahid Island, Reem Island, Al Marja Island, Al Raha Beach, all these islands are natural islands. We also need to keep this in mind that all of these are natural islands, not man-made. So that's why the sustainability factor in between these islands are higher as compared to any other island in the entire United Arab Emirates. The newly launched Fahid Island, we have seen the launches happening, especially for the first phase for the apartments. Now, when we speak about Fahid Island is in between Saadiyat Island on the one side and Yas Island on the one side. When you are coming from Dubai, you reach from Dubai towards Fahid Island within 35-40 minutes only. As soon as you enter into Yas Island, you have Ferrari World, Sea World and the Warner Bros. Next to that, we have started the entire stretch of Fahid Island. On one side, you have the mangroves, you have turquoise beach along with white sand beaches throughout the community. You have multiple lane roads to make your commute easy. As of now, we are in the initial stages of the launches in Fahid Island, where we have seen very few launches of Fahid terraces and apartments which have been launched. So one bedroom are trading around 3 to 3.6 million dirhams on this island, whereas the per square foot rate is still very low. It is 3,500 to 4,000 dirhams per square foot. On the other side, we have also seen the launch of townhouses which happened 3 months back, where they got sold out on the day one. Now, what is the best part about investing with Aldar is the flexibility of the payment plans, and especially when they launch something, their per square foot rate is always lesser, and the density of the apartments or the density of the units within the entire master plan are very less. That's why you have higher scope of appreciation in the future, because you have lesser competition within the building, within the master plan with other buyers. Especially when we speak about Fahid Island, on Fahid Island you can do your own Airbnb, whereas it was not allowed on Yas Island before, as it comes under Aldar Hospitality itself. Aldar Hospitality, Aldar Education, these are the biggest organizations along with Aldar Real Estate Development, Aldar PJC, which is also basically listed in Abu Dhabi Security Exchange since 2005. So that is one more additional benefit for the investors, that this particular developer is publicly listed since last 20 years. Now, coming back to the main point about Fahid Island, as of now, we still have the entire coastal line to get launched. So in the future, the initial buyers who are going to invest here on this island will have highest returns in the future, especially as soon as the Disneyland will be operational, which is proposed to be opened in 2032. The first time Disneyland coming up on the island, and that too having the coastal land in front of it. So that is why once the Disneyland will be operational and all these apartments will be delivered, we will have the highest of the highest rental yields, and the prices we are looking at today, which are 3,500 dirham per square foot, will reach up to 6,000 to 6,500 dirham per square foot by the time the handover will come, and you will always have highest of the highest rental returns on these islands. Saadiyat Island is the most premium island in all the islands throughout entire United Arab Emirates. Why? Because it is basically the cultural district of United Arab Emirates, especially present in Abu Dhabi. You can see there are 5 international museums spread across this entire community. We have Louvre, we have Guggenheim, we have Sheikh Zayed National Museum, we also have the Team Lab Phenomena, which is the Japanese museum, and the Natural History Museum of Abu Dhabi. All these specific museums which are a part of this community makes this community more premium, because these are not any random museums present in that man parcel, whereas these have been taken from their main countries to this with a patent that they can run these museums on these islands in the future, and this will fetch the highest of the highest footfall by the tourists coming in UAE, especially to visit these museums in the future. As of now, 2 of these museums are already operational and 3 are upcoming in 26-27. So as and when these all museums will be ready, and also when you see this road is further connected direct to Al Island. So when you come from Dubai, where you enter into Yas Island, you cross your entire way from Fahid Island, goes to Saadiyat Island, and directly if you wanted to reach towards your Al Island, which is the part of main downtown Abu Dhabi, you can just reach through this same route. That is how easy the connectivity is. In the future, you will also have the connectivity with KZAD, which is the free zone of Abu Dhabi, where you have multiple companies. So again, in the case of where people are working in KZAD, they can also come and stay here. Next to that, the next major advantage is the Zayed Airport, which is exactly when we are coming from Dubai, it is the first thing comes is Zayed Airport, and the next thing comes is the entry towards Yas Island. So the airport is also nearby, just 10-15 minutes drive distance. So that is one more advantage while investing over here. Now, after discussing all of this, what is the main advantage of investing in Abu Dhabi is the market is more stable as compared to Dubai market. Abu Dhabi is the capital of UAE. So more and more infrastructure development which is coming up in Abu Dhabi is more structured, more streamlined, and there are not many tier 2, tier 3 developers who are working along all of this island. That's why you have quality assurance whenever you are entering into the investments in Abu Dhabi. You have steady growth income. It is not for those investors who are looking to flip their property within 2 to 3 years, but it is for those investors, those traditional investors who knows what real estate actually is, who will park their money, wait for 5-6 years, and then flip the property for a exponential growth of capital appreciation. And we have seen that happening here. The apartments which were sold for 1 bedroom around 2.1 million are currently trading at 8.9, 10 million dirhams, and that is how huge the capital appreciation people have seen. Even you guys are not late while investing on Yas Island, because on the Yas Island as well, towards the Marina side, Aldar is coming up with launches. The recent launch was Yas Riva apartment, which got sold out on day 1. Why this projects coming up by developers get sold out? Because the density of the apartments they're coming up with, and especially Aldar is specifically known for theme-based communities, be it Saadiyat Island, Fahid Island or the Yas Island. All of these are theme-based communities, which gives additional value to the project coming up. So that's all for what you should know about Abu Dhabi real estate. That's all which will give you more brief understanding about why should you consider Abu Dhabi as your investment capital in the future. But yes, if in case you wanted to understand about any of the specific projects which are coming up on these islands, what would be your approach towards investments over here, get in touch with Roadies Realtors today. Thank you so much for showing your love. See you in the next video.